Very excited now to be joined by one of the newest members of your Cleveland Browns, quarterback Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur, let me officially welcome you to the Cleveland Browns. Congrats on being here. How you doing?
I'm ready to do big things, accomplish a lot of great things, and be a great teammate.
What are you hoping to do as you kind of just assimilate in here?
Establish myself first in the locker room, first around the building. I work hard, and I love the game of football. That's all you really need to know. And, you know, I ain't disrespectful. I don't have off-the-field problems. So those main three things is going to that equals success.
Accuracy, most accurate passer in the history of college football, decision-making, and then toughness. You took a beating in Colorado. You got up every single time. That's what Kevin Stefanski said. Those are the three things he looks for in a quarterback. So do you feel like this is a good match here?
That's why it worked out. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm a Brown. I feel like God won't put me in a situation I'm not ready for, and that's not ready for me. So that's why I'm thankful for the city embracing me how they have been, being able to go and see the kids just working out. They running with me, clapping for me when I get done working out and stuff. And it's real cool. It's real exciting. And the city really embraced me a lot.
You said, you know what, I'm coming to Cleveland. It's going to be my new home. You've been around the community. You talked about reference some of the videos where the kids getting excited to see you come work out with you. What was the brainchild behind that, and what was that experience like?
I mean, I was ready to get to work in my new city. I came out here, met everybody, got the resource I needed to be great. Going to the schools, I've been doing that. That was just something, you know, I generally do and what I find fun. It's a lot of negativity. It's a lot of talk going on in the world. So then that's where I find my peace, my happiness, my joy is be able to have positive influence on the youth.
What's kind of that reception been like for you from the fans?
It been extremely well. The Browns fans, they just want something to hope for, and they've been wanting it so long. So finally, you know, I'm here to change that. I'm here to, you know, actually give what they want. Yep. You know, I've been built for this moment I mean, it's normal to me. I'm in my environment here. I'm comfortable. I got the resources here. We got the indoor weight room. We got training table. We got everything we need. So.
No, and the beautiful thing about this game, right, it's the great meritocracy. What happens on those fields, that's all that matters. And I was reading, doing some background on you. I think you do have kind of that Jeff Blake style deep ball.
Yeah, he definitely started me out when I was younger. He told me how to throw that deep ball for sure a couple of times.
What is it that you want Cleveland Browns fans to be thinking when they see the number 12, Sanders across the back?
I'm here to work and win. On the field, of course, that's what I want my personality, and that's what I want to be known for, is the one that came here and changed the franchise.
Here we go. Here we go.
Don't start us off.
If you're here, you're here.
Okay.
And coming up high. Good?
Here we go.
Eyes down the field.
Set.
Good. We're reading those seams. I didn't think I was in harm's way. Standing over here. Hey, we're going to do a lot of work when we climb up, is keeping this thing on that now. These now that are going to be tackling you, it's a different world. You feel me? It's a different world. You see Myles Garrett walking around with his shirt off? We got to have that ready to roll. You know I'm mic'd up. I hope that makes it. Ball's on the right hash. Quick game. Push our timing on this. Ball's out. Good spot. Good spot. Switch sides. Good timing. Hey, that's the timing we're after. Good rhythm, baby. I fucking love that. Hey, switch sides. So right away, we're not just going here. Our eyes are still here, and now we're reading that, and now we're coming back. Perfect. That's exactly what I'm talking about. On that last rep, let me see your eyes. See, yeah, there they are. Now that's the high-low on rhythm. Perfect. You got hella tight ends. Good read. Good job. Good ball. Dialing it up. Good first aid.
Really good first aid. QBs on 3. 1, 2, 3.
QBs.
Why do you think?
You like them.
Well, yeah. I guess that's what it is. I just be myself every day. I just feel like in life and everything, it's just me versus me. You know, I can't control any other decision besides that, so I just try to be my best self. All you gotta do is just look it up. You'll see the history. I don't do anything for PR. I don't do anything because anywhere I go, you know, cameras will come. No matter what, in any situation, I can't really be fazed by it. You know, it's like playing quarterback. You go down there, you may have not scored the whole game or whatever, but then when it gets to that final 2 minutes and it's time to lock in extra, you can't be in your feelings. 99% of hatred is, you know, towards Pops, and then I'm just his son. So it really just comes from that, and I told him that too. When I come in person, there's no negativity I see. You won't ever really be able to tell, you know, when I'm frustrated and when I'm not feeling good or anything. You seen the draft and all that stuff happen. And everything was live, so I was normal. I'm normal throughout everything because all it is what's the next step. I don't have any type of negativity or hate in my thought process, so I don't know how to answer that question, truthfully. Thank you for saying that, because I don't, like, my job here isn't to prove people wrong. Like, I prove myself right. Nah, I'm not trying to buy anything. My signing bonus ain't that high right now. Appreciate y'all.
Shedeur Sanders, we saw that video of you walking out of the building here at the Cross Country Mortgage Fieldhouse, and you looked at that grass. Yeah. How good was it, day one on Friday, to actually put that 12 on, get to that in a second, and be a Cleveland Brown?
It felt amazing. I came here on the 30 visit, and, you know, I was just anxious at that time, like, you know, wanting to know where I'm going to end up at, where I'm going to be, and what franchise I'm going to have a chance of turning around. And, you know, this building is extremely comfortable.
Actually putting a helmet on and throwing a football just felt normal again, didn't it?
It did. It did. So that's why I told myself, like, yesterday, after yesterday practice, I said, I got to have more fun. You got to think in those processes, it's so serious all the time. And whenever you're around the teammates and just being around everybody now, it gave me that wholesome feeling again, just being around just the team chemistry. That's what teams bring out of you. So now everybody gelling with each other, everybody met each other. So it's real exciting that, you know, I'm excited for today's practice.
We don't see it, but you're wearing 12. You're joking to the media that you're not buying anyone else's number right now.
I'm not doing that.
No, but did 12 feel good? It's Dad's number backwards.
You get the hint. You get the hint. Any number gonna feel good wearing it. It's about what I do in the number.
You said you're not here to prove people wrong. Finish it for me. You are
here to prove myself right.
How do you prove yourself right?
Win games. I think that's what all the fans and that's what everybody wanna see, and just be the person I know I am.
Well, what's that all been like for you?
Like, you know, when I get to my hotel room, I feel comfortable in there every day. I'm not leaving here until they say.
How important is it for you to get out in the community?
I would say it's extremely important, but it's important for my own happiness.
You know? How does it make you happy?
It makes me happy because I'm being able to connect with people, connect with human beings, and not just because this is the thing. If you live in a world of social media, you're gonna think very negatively, and this for all athletes. You'll think very negatively about yourself, or you'll feel too high up. You get what I'm saying? Because that's how media is. You're either gonna be high up or they're gonna tear you down. It's gonna be one or two. There's no in between. I don't pay attention to that stuff. I focus on, you know, real life. I never seen hate in real life by fans and people spectating that I met ever. So hate only exists online.
What's the biggest misconception about you, whether it be from social media or elsewhere?
I don't know what people think of me. I don't know what people think of me. So if we had just a questionnaire and put everybody in the building, what do you think about Shedeur eventually, then I'm pretty sure it'll be nothing but positive.
What is your message here for the Dog Pound?
We're here to work.
I want to pull back the curtain if I could for you here. So I actually made the rookie mistake. To show you the kind of teammate Shedeur is at the very beginning of that interview, I got the days wrong. On Saturday, your first day as a Brown in uniform.
Saturday?
Saturday.
Friday. Yeah.
Oh, I got my days wrong. You want to do it again? Yeah. Dude. Right? And he looked at me, and he corrected me, and then I didn't get it. And then this was like 20 seconds into the interview. And then I'm like, oh, man, I got the days wrong. We had a good laugh about it, and then we started over. But, like, you saw a little glimpse of him. Like, he was going to be a good teammate.
And you drown low again.
And we started over. And then I also really thought that came through again later in the interview when he said day one of practice that he wasn't really himself. And part of being himself is getting that energy from his teammates and learning everyone's name. And
I mean, you saw it a little bit today with the media.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an environment he thrives in. He can handle himself.
Mid-June till we hear the Shedeur's not that bad stories. You know, Shedeur is not, I mean, we're not seeing any indication of any of those, you know, off the field, look at me red flags.
In that clip, he said, He wants to be the quarterback Cleveland's been waiting for, the quarterback that was promised. G, in his rookie season, what does Shedeur have to do, or what does Shedeur have to show?
Exactly what he's doing now. Making sure that he's doing the right stuff, making sure that he's acclimating himself with his teammates, proving to himself to his teammates that he's a guy that they can get behind and lead. And most importantly, just, go out there and play. And I like the fact that he's saying, yeah, I want to be that. I mean, it's a long time between now and the first game of the year, but he'll have an opportunity just like the rest of them.
He has to win. He has to win. That'll do it. I heard that he was staying late after every session, throwing to receivers. Love that. I absolutely love that. History says he's going to get a chance to play this year. Meaningful football, not just in the preseason. I love the bravado too. I love the fact that he says, I want to be that guy. I love that because we've had a lot of quarterbacks here that haven't fully embraced that. We are a city looking for a hero with a cape that plays quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. That's what we desperately have been looking for, that forever. He can't pussyfoot around it, and he can't be like, well, I'm here to compete for the starting job. No, he's telling us, I want to be your Tom Brady. I want to be your hero. And I love that. I think that's the mentality he has to have. What a wonderful world it would be if next year with our first round draft picks, we don't have to take a quarterback.
If you start off with the veterans and they get 7-8 weeks, and then you
can't give them 7 or 8 weeks.
You know what I'm saying?
You can't give them that long.
Then you give Dylan Gabriel a couple games, then you give Shedeur a couple games.
Now
at the end of the season, we don't know what we got.
It would be horrible mismanagement if Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders don't play till November. If you think they're ready, like it's close, throw them out there.
You got to start Joe Flacco. Hell no, I'm not wasting another season. I'm not doing that.
Are you coming over to my side?
Well, the schedule came out. We're 0-5. And then you know what I thought? Yeah, let's have this be an exploratory season.
Yeah. If he comes out here and plays great in his second start against Baltimore, it's a difference between you losing close
you're right.
than getting beat straight up with a veteran.
I said this countless times during the draft processes we're working up to this, when it was, are they on Shedeur or off the shore? I said there's certain things in his game that I think I could see Kevin looking at and going, I can win with that. He's tough as hell, he's accurate, and he doesn't throw it to the other team.
Yeah.
That's paramount to Kevin's system.
That is what Kevin likes.
Just make the read, and I said this before, if you can get to the third read on a play and you don't throw it to the other team, Kevin's going to look at you and say, I can win with that. Are you tough enough to stand in the pocket and take hits? We already know he is. Are you accurate? Yes. Will you throw it to the other team? Not usually. Okay. Well, now you have a path to play.
Give us reason for hope.
Let's say, for the sake of argument, let's say Shedeur gets the first crack.
Yeah.
And Shedeur goes out there and he does really well.
Yeah.
Would you ever play Dylan Gabriel?
No.
But what if Dylan goes out there and balls out?
And Shedeur's never going to play.
Nah, it's too many people it's too many wrist up people. It's too many CU aunties. They'll be out there with picket signs. They gonna put Shedeur getting in the game at some point this year. I don't care what you say. Depending on how the season ends, you could at least the last 1 or 2 games.
No.
Throw him out there.
Why would you do that? If Shedeur Sanders, in theory, had a great rookie season, I'm going to play Dylan. You know what Dylan Gabriel can do in the last 2 games if that's the case? Go sell nachos in the stands.
No. Well, if Shedeur is that guy.
Dylan Gabriel's the backup for the next however many years.
Let's get to the Shedeur part of this, right? Because a lot of this shit surrounding Shedeur has nothing to do with how Shedeur has reacted to anything that's happened to him. If the NFL wanted to make Shedeur a bigger star, having him fall to the 5th round was the perfect way to make him a bigger star. Before the draft, before Shedeur fell in the draft, people in my life who don't care about football weren't asking me about Shedeur Sanders. Now, people in my life who don't care about football are asking me about Shedeur Sanders after he fell. The fact is him falling to the 5th round, it's one of those rare cases where it made him a bigger star than what he is. It made him a bigger story, more sympathetic, a national story. People are rooting for Shedeur Sanders because he's that classic underdog story now. And whether you like that or not, that's just the reality. Shedeur Sanders is the #1 story right now in the NFL. His draft fall was the #1 story. How he does in Browns camp will be a top story. He is one of the top stories in football because he fell in the draft. If he had just went 10th overall or 21st or even 40th, I don't think this is a big deal. Anybody with a opinion that people respect has watched this tape thinks it's an absurd thing that he fell to the 5th round. I myself included. I think it's absurd that he fell to the 5th round. I think when you see him throw the ball in rookie camp, he don't look like a 5th round pick. That made him a bigger star. If we're judging Shedeur by how he's handled the draft fall, how he's handled being a 5th round pick so far, and everything he's done in his 1 week as a Cleveland Brown, I would give him passing marks every level. I think he's done a tremendous job. And this is where I have to give Deion Sanders credit. The Sanders family has done a great job adjusting to this new reality of him being a 5th round pick. I thought he handled his press conferences really great. He still has that classic confidence that Shedeur is known for and that you want him to keep as a quarterback, right? He still believes he's going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and you want your quarterback to have that confidence. It's not about getting humbled. It's about how you respond to it and the lessons you learn from it. And that's the vibes that I pick up with Shedeur over rookie camp. Some of y'all are Dylan Gabriel stands. You're like, why isn't Dylan getting this attention? The truth is that Dylan isn't the #1 story in the NFL. Dylan didn't fall in the draft. Dylan went earlier than he was supposed to, right? Like, Dylan is not the story that people care about. Shedeur is the story that not just Sanders fans care about, but the anti-Sanders people, the general sports fan care. He's like one of the top stories in all of sports. If you just walk into a sports bar and you say Shedeur Sanders, odds are that 80% of the people in that bar are going to have an opinion. It is what it is. You know, we've dealt with this before, and I think how those situations have played out make us nervous. But Shedeur is not Johnny Manziel. Shedeur is not Odell Beckham. Shedeur is not Josh Gordon. Shedeur is Shedeur.
All I ask is that Shedeur gets a real chance to start a game. You have to see the kid play in a game. I know that they're going to chart every pass in practice. Oh, because the team's doing it. I don't give a crap. That kid's a gamer that doesn't show up at a combine, doesn't show up in practice, shows up on the field when you need to win a game. Like when Baker went in on a Thursday night and opened the fridges.
I'm a big fan of Joe Flacco, man, but I think that the closer we get to it, I think that they'll start to go towards Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel. And you know what? I'm willing to say in that order. You need some maturity at that position. You need some understanding of that position. If Shedeur can harness things, yeah, I would put Shedeur ahead of Dylan Gabriel right now.
Do you think it's 100% a fair competition, or is it weighted by where they were taken?
If you're going to evaluate this the correct way, I think you have to take off the label of 3rd-round pick and 5th-round pick to do an honest evaluation between these two.
From AAA, I did it on my phone, lawn, walking or whatever. Yeah. And I think I'm in guys up as they came off the field. They're hanging up there like that.
They'll try a four-way quarterback competition with Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, third-round pick, and Shedeur Sanders. They said they're going to try to make it as fair and as efficient as possible. Thus far, our takes since the draft the last 3 weeks have suggested Shedeur is not going to have a shot to get to be the starter. I was a sixth-round pick. Chase was undrafted. We know from firsthand experience the coaches suggested there's going to be a fair opportunity for everybody. So, James, does that change your opinion? Do you expect Shedeur to start sooner now?
Oh, yeah, it absolutely changes my opinion. I expect Shedeur to go in this game real early. Because basically what you're saying is that you don't have one, a bona fide starter. This is an open competition. I ain't never, ever heard this walking into a training camp. So to start off by even saying this before training camp even opens lets me know that we're letting you know, Kenny Pickett, we're letting you know, Joe Flacco, that, hey, ain't nothing guaranteed, homeboy. Dylan Gabriel, you third round, we understand, but ain't nothing guaranteed. And it's also letting Shedeur know, just because you might be starting with the fours on the depth chart, don't mean you got to stay there, dog. I can see Shedeur starting sooner, man. This is going to be interesting right here. This is going to be real interesting.
I'm not going to gospel. I hate to say, I told y'all so. When you talk about these quarterbacks, I say, yo, they're a room full of unproven starters. I've been playing football for a long time. I've never heard a coach say,
I ain't never heard this.
Y'all all going to split reps. Huh?
I don't know.
And y'all telling me Shedeur might not start sooner than later? Man, okay.
Assuming this is true, yeah, Shedeur going to start much sooner.
And I think it's a great opportunity for Shedeur.
You know why?
I've never heard of this.
We ain't never heard this before.
Never.
You know why? Because you drafted a first-round quarterback in the fifth round. That's the truth of it. You try to teach him a lesson, now it backfired. Because the third-round quarterback, we try to be respectful. Chase, I'm respectful. I get it. You're a quarterback and all that, and I get all that. But we know he's not better than Shedeur. We know what the team knows, the player knows. We know that. And we know that Shedeur is going to pass him real quick, right? But we got to do the steps. So let's just get Gabriel out the way, because we're not even going to talk about him. You want to prove a point to him, make the kid humble, bow down, kiss the ring, right? Because now you are in a room with quarterbacks that's not proven. It's going to be a fair playing field with Shedeur Sanders and all the other guys in that room.
Yeah.
The writing's on the wall, James.
I think Shedeur is going to win the job, but I think he's accurate. He moves well enough. Where do you land on that circus?
I think Flacco starts probably the year as a quarterback. At some point, though, Sanders overtakes him. And so I think Sanders will eventually play, but probably not start the season number one.
Quarterback situation would be Flacco and Pickett, so he feels very comfortable right now.
The quarterback situation is not Flacco and Pickett.
Go on.
Can I stop you there?
Go on.
The quarterback situation is named Shedeur Sanders. The Cleveland Browns, in the fifth round, selected a player who at worst was a second-round talent. There were a million extenuating circumstances. I can't wait to watch the 30 for 30 someday on exactly what happened that left Shedeur Sanders available for them to take in the fifth round. But this could wind up being, I do not believe this is hyperbole, this could wind up being one of the real steals in recent draft memory.
Y'all already doing it. Y'all already moving the goalposts. I don't understand why I should have to have the receipts this early. I see people already out there playing these games. You're not going to be able to play the games on G. Bush. You thought I was done. See, nowadays in the world of media, truth isn't the truth. Nowadays, everything is up to interpretation. And way too often, we let people tell us what they're interpreting, and they don't know what they're talking about. Well, how do I know you telling the truth? Because I'm not seeing the same things that you are seeing. Listen, this is the attitude that gets the Cleveland Browns smoked every single year. We do this every single year, and our media does this way too much. They go through practice, they're out there, that none of that means anything. So your narrative don't mean nothing. If it don't matter, you can't make it matter when you only want to make it matter. All of it matters. This don't matter, but this matter, but it only matter on this day, and it matters on this day. These are supposed to be experts, but we've turned into entertainment. I think it's disgusting work. There's more people on the internet, the guys that want to do this type stuff, that is watching film than the guys that's really in the lights. These people not plugged in like you're supposed to be plugged in. Negativity is always going to get better clicks, more results, more emotion. We fall back onto, let me just be emotional and do narrative football. We can have a conversation about why it is that I feel like I said what I said, but I stand on business.
We knew that was going to happen because, of course, they drafted him ahead of Shedeur, who they passed over 6 times in this draft.
Out of the takeaways that we had on the football field, The takeaways, I want to know what the throws was. I want to know what the accuracy was. I want to know what the 5-step, the 7-step looked like. Why are we still mentioning that the Cleveland Browns passed on Shedeur Sanders 6 times? That has nothing to do with what we talking about today. We still in 2 weeks ago. How are we in 2-week mode when guys is playing? That goes to show you that you're more caught up in narratives, you're more caught up in what you're thinking about somebody than what you're really looking at.
The depth chart will be Kenny Pickett, then Dylan Gabriel, then Joe Flacco, and then Shedeur.
No, can't do it. Can't. Nope. Sorry. Nope. I'm sorry. Dylan Gabriel is ahead of Flacco? Stop the cap. How did you make that up? He's nowhere near ahead of Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco could be 50 and he's not ahead of him. There is no way in the world, if you are watching film work, that you have Dylan Gabriel ahead of Shedeur Sanders. Period, point blank. Joe Flacco took you to the playoffs. Let's not act like that ain't happened. Where's these imaginary depth charts being made up at? I thought it was a competition. I don't want to sit here and hear nobody saying what they thought they saw. I want to see it myself because these gaslighters will do this to you. I don't trust your eyes, dog. There's too many gatekeepers in the game. I don't want to know what you know. I want to see it with my own 2 eyes. And I don't like your education level when it comes to the game of football. I ain't got to eat birthday cake with nobody, but no. I need to see it.
Well, I think if you took the names away from their jerseys and just looked at number 5 and looked at number 12.
Again, stop saying that dumb you know what. Why are you keep talking about the names on the back of the jersey, bro? That shows me what you talking about already. It's always a damn culture war. Stop it. Unacceptable. This is why you need to have cameras there so you can see it. It make you want to root for him harder. Oh, it's a competition. Is it really a competition? In your mind, no, it's not. And later on in the conversation, he said, he looks like a mini Russell Wilson. I said, this is unacceptable, bro. Do your own research. Do your own stuff and figure it out. Just because you're there don't mean that you know what's going on.
Lights up for you in a second.
Yes, ma'am. It is.
Jump on comms.
It's a beautiful thing, man. This made me want to cry, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Beautiful thing, man.
Thought you wasn't.
I didn't even see you. Oh God, I just asked for his trash. Hello. You gotta shoot straight. Listen to your man. I ain't gonna lie. Them white pants though.
You just want to be like me. Just say that. Say that, my boy. You think I inspired him to get 12. That's what it was. They're like, child, I got 12. I'm like, well, let's get it. Then I can just say it's my dad that will reverse.
That's stupid. That's stupid, yeah.
AC or sun
Okay,
by
Shedeur.
name?
Need the helmet or no?
I know like the last few years. Hang on. Oh, this is going to be fun.
I know. Pin pad a little bit each other. Show a little brother. There you go.
Why y'all both hit me though? Cause you the running back. You gotta take all that.
There you go. All right, looking good. All right, and then one more. Just yeah. Crossed arms.
All right, yeah, we're good, man.